I did want to address this a little bit too, and it's because last week when we were going to talk about the injury to Elton, I originally wanted to talk about it being at the hands of Ridge Holland, and I just censored myself because
You
I
did.
didn't want to cause any drama, nor did I felt like I didn't have the right information to
bash him. That you were. It was a good move on you to
yeah,
not say anything and hold your
yeah,
tongue.
I didn't want to declare him to be the fault for what happened, but after further review, Ridge is at fault for this. So, unlike the rest of the people who have been like super harsh towards him, I'm not going to be not harsh. However, I do think that they need to like address this in some sort of way because this is now like 3 pretty major injuries to people that he has caused, and he's not the only person to cause an injury to somebody accidentally, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But because there was like a year where Seth was like injuring people.
Oh yeah, Sting.
Yeah, Finn. It was just all like big ones. So I'm not saying like, he's an outlier or something, but the problem is that it's not like the same move. It's not like, oh, he can't, with Seth, he can't do the curb stomp anymore. We're gonna ban it for a few years, right? No, this is like anytime that Ridge decides to like lift a dude over who's very clearly smaller than him or too big in Big E's case, where he can't lift him safely. And in the case of Gargano and Elton, these are dudes that are much smaller than him. And he just throws them like they're rag dolls. And he's just like not paying attention to that fact that you can't just like throw them around the same way you would throw around Big E because they're different. They're
different body
totally
types,
different.
different sizes.
Yeah, so I don't think that people should be bullying him off Twitter. I don't think that people should be sending him death threats. I don't know how much I believe all of that because we're literally talking about Elton Prince. Like, this isn't like fucking Rey Mysterio,
Yeah,
John
and
Cena.
if you're saying to let's not send him anything, and it was your man, like, come on, you are like Miss Pretty Deadly, and you're
Right.
like,
Yeah.
hey guys,
Well, yeah.
let's just have him have a talk backstage with
Yeah.
people and
Yeah.
whatnot.
But I also don't think that they have like so many hardcore fans that there's like, thousands of them sending Ridge death threats and like all these. I just don't believe it. I think that he was like, it was probably exaggerating a little bit.
Yeah.
But
One gets pluralized. One, if he got one, it would be pluralized.
Right. And so do I think that he should have had to delete his Twitter? Absolutely not. But I do think that there needs to have some sort of conversation because then you can't have Sheamus coming out and being like, he's the safest worker. And it's like, no, he's not. Like, he clearly should not be picking up these dudes because he, one, almost killed Big E on live television. 2, Johnny Gargano could have broken his neck in that moment. And that was how many years ago? And 3, Elton, it was because you weren't performing safely. You threw him like a rag doll. And part of wrestling,
you were a brawling brute.
Yeah, but part of wrestling that you sign up for, obviously, is that when you go into the ring and you are allowing your opponent or your partner or whatever to use your body and to perform with you, part of it is that you're relying on them to keep you safe. And like I said, accidents happen, but there are things that you are in control of, and you don't need to be just like flailing people around and like whatever. So yeah, I just think that there probably does need to have a little bit of a conversation because I don't want to see other people get hurt at the hands of something like this because it's avoidable. That's the whole point, is all I'm saying. Don't attack him, but address it. Because if it were other people, you would be. If it was a big name star, we would be addressing it. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be letting Seth Rollins just do whatever without people saying anything. Richard agrees with me. And that's the thing. It was 3 different moves, right? It was 3 different things. The problem is that it all involves him picking them up and putting them back down. So whether it was throwing them belly to belly, like a tombstone type of thing, that's the problem, is that like you need to adjust to who you're wrestling. Like,